Here I'm wearing my new natural form era dressing gown. This is an at-home garment meant to be worn with or without a corset, so it is fit and cut without one. I'm not wearing one here. It is trimmed in ruching. It has pockets based on an original in my collection, and it's made from a printed cotton calico. And from the neck to about hip, it has small buttons that are about 1.25 inches apart. And from the hip to the floor, it has buttons that are spaced further apart because they do not need to hold as much strain. They're about 3 inches apart. And I'm wearing it over my chemise with some needlepoint slippers. And in the background, you can see all the layers that will go into the outfit I'm going to put on. The dressing gown is all constructed with French seams and machine sewn, again based on an original in my collection, though the original is plain white and not printed. Here I have my black cotton sateen corset and garters, which will hold my stockings. And I wear those garters between my calf and my knee, and that's personal preference. Some people choose to wear them above the knee. And these are my new drawers, and they're a red and white print and based on a pair at the Met. And I'm convinced that this is where clown underwear comes from, where old cartoon red polka dot boxers come from. It must have been an occurrence, the red printed fabric. And these were made with truly Victorian underwear pattern, the drawers were. And this bum pad was draped by myself. It's just a very simple shape that fits over the hip. It's lightly padded with a few layers of cotton batting. And it is just there to help the silhouette. And this is my corset cover. I just took a bodice pattern that fit me and altered it to work as a corset cover. It is one layer of a thin cotton lawn trimmed in eyelet lace, and it has small buttons going up the front. It is also constructed with all French seams, and the lace is constructed with lapped seams. And the purpose of a corset cover is just to smooth out the lines, possibly to add a layer of warmth to keep body oils away from the dress. It's optional, you don't have to wear one, but it is a fun layer. And my petticoat, and actually I did not make this petticoat. I bought it many years ago from a costume supply, and instead of throwing it out and making my own, I actually just redid the waistband and the length because it originally came with an elastic waistband. So I kind of have made that work over the years, and it works great. Between the petticoat and the skirt, petticoat and dress, that will weigh down the bum pad enough that it just gives a little oomph without sticking out too much and adding too much to the hip. The skirt petticoat is constructed of polished cotton with 3 tiers of ruffles. And because the skirt petticoat will be completely hidden by the overdress, there's no placket, just a drawstring at the top, ties on the side, and at the center front of the petticoat skirt, I have put 2 small X's, and here I am just pushing the petticoats down so as to not add bulk to my waist. Here you can see those little X's, and they just denote the center front of the skirt so that you can line your outfit up properly when you're getting dressed. This is especially important on asymmetrical skirts or skirts that don't have an obvious front. The dress is actually made from the same pattern as the dressing gown. They both started out as truly Victorian's 1880s tea gown pattern, and this was simply for the lines they have. It was just a really good princess line pattern, and I was able to use it twice, once fit over corset and once fit without, so it did actually take 2 fittings. The dress is joined from the floor to the hip in the front, and from the hip above it closes with buttons. And this dress was based loosely on an original from late 70s, which it's not housed in a museum. As far as I know, it was just sold at a private auction, but I will include a link to that. The dress is boned at the center back and the front darts, which are fisheye darts, so I had to kind of come up with a special, well, not special, I should say a new to me way of putting boning in darts, which I will share in the blog post about this. Here is the waist tape, and it attaches at the back of the dress, and it just helps the dress stay in place. And lots of buttons. I actually really like making buttonholes. I handwork all my buttonholes. And between this dress and the dressing gown, that was a lot of buttonholes. But I really love how buttons close a dress. Sometimes when you work with hooks and eyes, you can get some pulling. I just think buttons, if you're willing to make the buttonholes, they're very forgiving. They don't pull as much. If you put them close enough together, they won't gape, and they're so visually interesting. You can see also here at my cuffs and at the neckline, there's just a little bit of white work. Most garments before the 20th century were not worn without some kind of cuff and something at the neck, and that is simply because it protects the garment from your body oils. Just helps these things last longer. You can take those off if you just baste them in. Take off the collar, take off the cuffs. You can wash those easily. You can swap them out for a different look, though I will say more often than not, generally as a rule, they are always white. And as I get to the top of these buttons, you can see there's already a brooch pinned to the dress, and I actually forewent the very top button because it would just interfere with the brooch, and instead I am pinning the very top closed. You of course could put a button, you of course could close it with the brooch instead. This is just a personal preference for me. You can also see here how my cuffs, the bottom couple inches right at the wrist, is left open, and that is so that the sleeve can be very tight, but you can get your hand in and out easily. And of course, we wouldn't be going out with hair down. So just a simple bun, low enough that I can put a bonnet on over it. And my watch, which is on an antique watch chain. And I have a little watch pocket that it will go into. And this dress actually has 2 other pockets. That pocket is based on the original dress, and this pocket is where I put my phone, keys, all the big modern things. and pockets are extremely common in Victorian day and evening wear. So I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, please ask.